let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever found yourself standing in front of the fridge door? It's wide open and you're staring at something that you don't even really want, but you still eat it anyway? Yeah, I've been there. Cravings don't make sense half the time. They hit when you're bored and when you're tired and when you're emotional. And sometimes they hit for absolutely no reason at all. And the worst part, most of the tricks that people throw around, like just chew gum, don't actually work for the long term. Especially if you've ever struggled with food addiction or emotional eating like I have. So in this video, I'm going to share 7 craving-busting tricks, that's a tongue twister, that no one talks about. But they're actually pretty simple, pretty effective, and they may be even kind of weird. But they did work for me. So stick around to the end because the last one is the one that helped me stop feeling like food had this total control over me. And hey, if you're new here, I'm Carrie, and I've lost 200 pounds, but I'm still on my journey. I'm not at my goal yet. I've got a long way to go, but I am in this for the long haul. And if you're in the same boat, come hang out with me. You don't have to do this alone. And before I share these 7 tricks, let me tell you something real. There was a time, actually many times, when cravings completely owned me. I would be doing great for a few days or maybe even a full week, feeling really strong and really focused. And then it's 9 o'clock. I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, and suddenly it's like there's this fog in my brain that only food can fix. I remember I was standing in the kitchen one night and I was staring into the abyss called the fridge. It was like it owed me something. I wasn't even hungry. I was just emotionally fried. And there was this voice in my head. It was the one that says, just eat one bite. It's not going to hurt. Was getting louder by the second. So I gave in. Again and again. And afterward, I would sit on the couch and I would feel awful. And it wasn't just a physically awful feeling, but emotionally, because I just thought I'd failed. But here's the thing that I want you to know. Cravings aren't about willpower. They're really about patterns, and when you have a plan for what to do before the cravings hit, that's when everything starts to change. That's why I created something totally free for you. It's called the 5-step roadmap to reset your relationship with food. It's short and it's simple and it walks you through the very first shifts that I made when I was stuck in that same cycle. So if you're tired of obsessing over food or feeling like you always end up giving in, comment freedom and I will send you the link. All right, let's get into it. Number 1, narrate the craving like you're watching a movie. Okay, so this one is weird. I told you some were going to be weird. But trust me, it totally works, or it did for me. So try it. The next time a craving hits, I want you to imagine that you're watching yourself in a movie. So say this out loud. You can do it in your head. I do it out loud. So here it goes. And here she goes again, standing in the pantry, reaching for the chips, telling herself that she's going to have a few, even though we all know how this ends. It sounds very silly. But this kind of mental narration will snap you out of autopilot, and it gives you just enough space to take a pause and get conscious. And then go, wait, do I really want this? Or is this just my old pattern kicking in? And trust me, that pause is very powerful, and sometimes it's really all that you need. Number 2, cravings equal clues. So cravings aren't just annoying, they're actually clues. So instead of fighting them like an enemy, try asking, what is this craving trying to tell me? Because 90% of the time is not even about food. It's about your brain asking for something else. So comfort, stimulation, a break, some sort of connection, or even sleep. Seriously, I used to think that I had no willpower at all. But what I really had was very unmet needs. I kept trying to solve that with snacks and food. So every time you crave something, try this. Cravings equal clues. So use it to check in with yourself. Number 3, eat with your hands rule. This trick really changed things up for me. So if it's a craving and I can't eat it with my hands, I don't go for it. So what do I mean by that? When I'm eating real food, like apples and bananas and raw veggies and even nuts, I can grab them with my hands. But when it comes to bingey type foods, they almost always require utensils. Not always, but almost. So I'm talking about things like ice cream, cake, pasta, cereal, microwave meals, things that you can prepare and then just like zone out while you're eating. This isn't a rule that's meant to restrict you. It's called a pattern interrupt. It helps me ask, am I eating for fuel or am I eating to escape? Because trust me, I have done plenty of escaping. Number 4, get outside, even if it's just for 2 minutes. Now this one feels very simple, but I think that's why so many people overlook it. Sunlight, air, movement. If a craving hits and you can just step outside, even if it's cold, even if it's just on your porch, hey, even if you're in your slippers and PJs, I have done that many times. So I can't count how many times that I have walked outside and just felt my brain instantly shift. It is like giving yourself a reset button or hitting a reset button. Trust me. And here's a bonus for you. Natural light and fresh air literally reduce stress. So it can also regulate your hormones and your mood. Craving gone, your mood is better, and no food was needed. Number 5, text someone, even if it's just a hey. So sometimes cravings are a sign of loneliness in disguise. And for a lot of us who struggle with food addiction, we've gotten used to reaching for food instead of people. This is your reminder that connection beats compulsion. I started a practice for myself where if I got hit with a very strong craving, I would text a safe person. And I would say something just like, hey, I'm checking in, I'm feeling a little snacky, I don't want to give in. Half the time I really wouldn't even send it. It was just typing that out that helped me remember that I'm not alone in this. But when I did send it, it broke that pattern and I didn't binge. So another pattern interrupt. Number 6, wait 10 minutes and tell the truth. So here's one that helped me stop like mid craving. When the craving hits, I make myself wait 10 minutes. I set a timer on my phone. But during that 10 minutes, I don't just sit there gritting my teeth. I do something very powerful. I tell myself the truth. I say, if I eat this, I am not going to feel better. I am just going to feel numb for like 5 minutes and then I'm going to feel bad for like the next 2 hours. And that's the truth. So I give myself 10 minutes just to sit with that truth. Sometimes the craving goes away completely. Sometimes it doesn't. But I promise you, I have never, ever regretted waiting. Number 7. I've been waiting the whole video for this one. The identity flip. This is my favorite one. Okay, so this one right here changed my life. It is when I first started this journey and I used to say, I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying not to binge. I'm trying to get it together. But all of those things still had me identifying as someone who was struggling, someone who was still overweight. So I decided to flip that. And I started saying, I am someone who respects my body. I am a person who makes powerful choices. And I don't betray myself for 5 minutes of food. It wasn't perfect, but I started believing in the person that I was becoming. And you know what? That belief helped me make better choices more often than not. So, next time a craving hits, say, that's not me anymore, and I am choosing me. So look, I have dealt with cravings that felt like full body hijacks. Like I couldn't think about anything else until I gave into them. Like even if it went on for days, I would binge in secret. I would eat in the car before going home. I would lie to myself and say, okay, just this once, and then feel horrible afterwards. So if you're right there now, I get it. But I also know what it's like to be on the other side of that, to take your power back. And these tricks might seem small, but they work because they help you become the kind of person who chooses instead of reacts. And that's really everything, my friends. So if you made it this far, you're not someone who just wants to change. You are someone who will. You have got what it takes to break free from the cycle, and cravings don't own you, and you are not weak. But you are human, and you are learning. So, which of these 7 tricks are you going to try next? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what works for you. And if this helped you, you might want to check out this next video right here, where I'm going to challenge you to commit to no cheat meals for 30 days. I know, it's bold, but it's doable, and it could change your whole life. And remember, until our next conversation, stay kind to yourself, eat like you love yourself, and keep going. You're doing better than you think. Bye for now.